Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session from Europe Hotel School, the school training center focused on grooming top hospitality professionals. I'm Michael.
And I'm Laura. Today we're tackling a topic that can be tricky even for experienced staff: tipping. Specifically, when it's appropriate to ask for a tip and when it's not.
That's right. At Europe Hotel School, we emphasize that how you handle tipping directly impacts your guests' experience, their perception of you, and even their willingness to return.
Absolutely. Tipping practices vary widely depending on country, culture, and service environment, and asking for a tip outright can sometimes backfire, making you appear pushy or unprofessional.
But of course, tipping is also an important source of income for many hospitality professionals. So the question becomes, when is it appropriate and when is it not to ask for a tip?
Let's start with the situations where it could be appropriate. First, when tipping is expected and widely
Yeah.
accepted, the guest is already anticipating it.
For example, in countries like the United States, Canada, or Mexico, tipping is part of the culture in hotels, restaurants, and taxis. But even there, directly asking for a tip is usually frowned upon. Instead, subtle hints or polite reminders are better.
Second, it's acceptable if the guest initiates the conversation. If they ask, "Is tipping customary here?" or "How much should I give?" then it's okay to explain the policy politely and clearly.
Third, if you've provided exceptional service beyond standard duties, maybe you spent extra time helping a guest with special requests, a subtle mention or hint could be acceptable.
Right.
But remember, tact is key.
Fourth, if your role or the establishment's policy includes tipping instructions, such as a note on the bill suggesting a service charge, you can follow that script. Keep your tone neutral and professional.
Let's do our first quiz. Which scenario makes it acceptable to hint about tipping?
A. The guest has asked about tipping customs. B. You are serving a guest a standard coffee. C. The guest is unaware of any tipping practice in your country.
Take a moment to think. And the correct answer is A. Only when the guest asks or shows curiosity is it okay to provide guidance on tipping.
Now let's look at situations where you should never ask for a tip directly.
First, don't ask guests who are unaware of tipping customs. Many international travelers won't be familiar, and a direct request can make them uncomfortable.
Second, avoid asking if it feels like pressure or a demand. Guests who feel obligated are less likely to return and may leave with a negative impression.
Third, never ask during service moments that require your full focus, like check-in, check-out, or serving a meal. Your priority is always excellent service first.
And finally, avoid direct requests in cultures where tipping is uncommon or considered rude, such as Japan or South Korea. Asking here could offend a guest.
Here's our second quiz, which is an example of when not to ask for a tip.
A. The guest asks, "How much is customary?" B. The guest is unaware of tipping norms in your country. C. Your hotel's bill includes a suggested service charge.
Think carefully. And the correct answer is B. Asking tips from guests who don't know the local practices can make them feel uncomfortable.
So, how do you judge whether it's appropriate to ask for a tip?
You need to read the situation carefully. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. Is the guest relaxed and showing appreciation? 2. Has your service gone above and beyond?
Yeah.
And 3. Are you following your company's guidelines?
If the answer to all three is yes, then a subtle tip mention may be acceptable. If not, don't risk it.
Remember, the key is subtlety. You don't want to make your guests feel pressured or obligated.
Midway through, let's try a quiz. Which of the following indicates it's safe to hint about a tip?
A. The guest looks tired and in a hurry. B. You have provided personalized assistance beyond normal duties, and the guest is appreciative. C. You just completed the standard service procedure.
Think carefully. And the correct answer is B. Only when you've provided extra service and the guest is genuinely appreciative can a subtle mention be acceptable.
So, how do you mention tips tactfully? You can use hints or indirect reminders without asking directly.
For example, when handing the bill, you can include a polite phrase on the receipt. A service charge is included, or additional gratuity is appreciated at your discretion.
Or if a guest asks about tipping norms, you can respond, In our establishment, a 10% tip is customary for exceptional service, but it's entirely up to you.
Notice how this approach provides guidance without pressure, and it aligns with policies we teach at Europe Hotel School.
Quiz time again. Which is an example of tactful tipping guidance?
A. You need to tip me for this service. B. Tips are optional, but appreciated for exceptional service. C. I expect a tip for this.
The correct answer is B. Always provide subtle, neutral guidance rather than demanding or expecting tips.
Let's recap the best practices we teach at Europe Hotel School.
1. Always prioritize excellent service over asking for tips. 2. Read the guest's mood and situation carefully. 3. Only provide tipping guidance when culturally appropriate, company policy allows, and the guest is appreciative.
4. Use subtle hints or neutral language, never pressure. 5. Avoid discussing tips during high-focus service moments.
Following these principles ensures guests feel respected and comfortable. It also protects your professionalism and enhances your reputation.
Final quiz for today. Which principle best summarizes when to discuss tipping?
A. Always ask for a tip at the end of service. B. Only mention tips when the guest is aware service is exceptional and company policy allows it. C. Never mention tipping under any circumstance.
Think carefully.
And the correct answer is B. Awareness, exceptional service, and policy alignment are the keys to appropriateness.
To wrap up, remember that tipping is about gratitude, not obligation. Your goal is to provide exceptional service that naturally encourages appreciation.
That's right. By following the guidance we've covered today, you can maintain professionalism while navigating tipping etiquette successfully. And this is exactly what we teach at Europe Hotel School, our school training center for future hospitality leaders.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep practicing excellent service, be culturally aware, and always handle tipping with tact, the Europe Hotel School way.
See you in the next session, where we'll explore more strategies to create memorable guest experiences without asking for tips directly.
Goodbye for now.